Hello again, Bill Jones, recapturefederalism.com, recapturefederalism.com. Being suppressed, but we'll continue on. Maybe we'll break through somewhere along the line, get on TV or something. But this is the next one. Then President Trump, Part 7, Part 8, Notice of Treason, Voter Fraud. Voter fraud, and this is a rebroadcast, the balance of this is, from a October 31st, 2016 presentation I did, titled The Illinois Supreme Court Voter Fraud and Treason. And I do my oath and everything else. It's a regular presentation, but I hope you enjoy it. More ammunition against the communists. Voter fraud. Hello again, this is Bill Jones, recapturefederalism.com, recapturefederalism.com on the net and on my website, YouTube channel, all that good stuff. Nobody sees it though, because I'm being suppressed by YouTube and Google and the press and all that kind of stuff, because I talk about communism. And you know, they don't believe communism exists. They won't admit that they're communist, the press and all that. But anyway, I'm going to talk about communism today, but first of all, what I do with all my presentations, all my videos, I, Waymar Jones, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, so help me God. I first took that oath in July 1965 when I joined the United States Navy. The enemy then was communism, as the enemy is now communism. They deny all the communism they want, but I got the medals to prove that I fought against communism. Yeah. And the press since McCarthy, before McCarthy, but since McCarthyism, which was the character assassination of Senator Joe McCarthy. He was right. There was communists all over out in Hollywood, just like there are now. Tommy Hanks and Bobby De Niro and who's the one who raised all the money? Him. A bunch of them out there. They're all offsprings of Jane Fonda. Jane Fonda called me baby killer. I'm a Vietnam veteran. And Harvard. 50 years ago, Harvard, I was on a ship homeport out of Boston, South Boston, and we were coming back into port, been out looking for communist submarines for 2 weeks out in the Atlantic. Come back in, and captain tells us, oh, there's a demonstration against us. You guys got to put your head between your ass, between your legs, your ass, and just bow down and walk and shut up and don't say nothing. And we did. Walked out through that gate. Jeers and yells at us. Discrimination against us. And we had to take it. They were from Harvard. Harvard School of Communism. Supreme Court justices, how many of them Harvard people are on the Supreme Court? How many Harvard law graduates are on the federal bench and the state benches. The School of Communism. Political party supremacy. And I'm going to be talking about the Supreme Court. Illinois Supreme Court. And them committing treason in the state of Illinois. Violation of the law. I got it in my book there somewhere. Take my word for it. Treason. Advocating the overthrow of government, misprision. If you know you're treason, you're supposed to report it. Do something about it. Nobody does anything about it. And I say January 25th this year, I gave notice of treason to 7 people, including John Roberts in the Supreme Court. Haven't heard from them bastards. Haven't heard from them. None of them. None of them. They're all quiet. Ooh, communists, don't resist. Ooh, no treason, no treason. It's in the Constitution. Article 3, Section 3 of the Constitution. Treason. Anyway, getting back to the Illinois Supreme Court committing treason. They did about 20 years ago. It has to do, this all has to do, political party supremacy has to do, they exist because of voter fraud, voter rigging, fraudulent misrepresentations, disenfranchisements of people, we the people, and to favor the political party supremacy, the 2 political parties, and primarily the Democratic political party. Now, about 20 years ago, they had the 1990 census, and the legislature makes the districts. And they made the districts which favored them. And they put into power, in my House representative, Bobby Rush. Bobby Rush, Black Panther, founder of the Black Panther Party of Illinois, Deputy Defense Minister in 1968, 69, thereabouts. The Black Panthers. Fred Hampton. All them Black Panthers. Jesse Jackson. Danny Davis. All these younger Gutierrez, he was the one that filed a lawsuit, gerrymandered his district, made it look like a horseshoe. You see some of these districts around the country that are just, Illinois, Chicago's the hub, and they come out in spokes, out into the suburbs. Bobby Rush goes from Inglewood, which is his home neck of the woods, murder capital of Chicago, and that's saying something. Murder capital of Chicago. All the way out to Joliet, Illinois. Joliet runs out on I-57 there, just the interstate. The width of the interstate. Used to, I think it still does. Yeah. Bobby Rush, communist. So they disenfranchised me. 20 years now. There was a group that came up, independent map amendment people, and they were going to put on the ballot. They followed the instructions, and they put it on the ballot this year. Independent party map. Do like they do out in Arizona. Independent party, the independent people, they make the districts. They make the districts. Well, the Democratic Party in Illinois can't handle that. Oh, no, man, they filed a lawsuit. Oh, no. This is the way they've been going for all these years. They're going to keep going that way, and we can't have no constitutional amendment. Guess what? goes to the Illinois Supreme Court. 3 Republican justices and 4 Democratic justices. And guess who won? Guess who won? 4-3. 4-3. Political party supremacy. Political parties are communist. Communist. That's page 25 of the Communist Manifesto, by the way. And to show you what they do, I'm going to read what I always read. If you don't learn anything from this presentation, but what I read and what I tell you right now, it's all built off of this. Page 26 of the Communist Manifesto. There are besides eternal truths such as freedom, justice, etc. I always put in liberty there. That are common to all states of society. But communism abolishes eternal truth. It abolishes all religion and all morality. So they operate on the 7 deadly sins. The 7 deadly sins. Then there's page 34 of the Communist Manifesto, and this is where we get real good. Finally, they labor everywhere for the union and agreement of the democratic parties of all countries. Union and democratic parties, they work together. And that's why I say FDR was a communist. He pushed the Wagner Act and all that kind of stuff. National Relief Act. I further read, the communists disdain to conceal their views and aims. They openly declare their aims can be only attained by the forcible overthrow of all existing social conditions. Let the ruling classes tremble at the communistic revolution. Communistic revolution. The communistic revolution. By the way, communist revolution, insurrections are part of treason codification. 2383, I believe. Insurrection, revolution, revolting, rioting. Talking about Bobby Rush going back to the 60s. Black Panthers, they were instrumental in the Watts riots. They're still around. NFL glorified them. Beyonce at last year's Super Bowl, advocating the overthrow of government. The NFL is. The proletarians have nothing to lose but their chains. They have a world to win. The working men of all countries unite. And as I say, they unite. 1886, Haymarket Square. Haymarket Square. Now, we got a letter I sent. I went and I voted last, I guess it was Tuesday. Forget the date. 26th, I guess it was, because this letter is the 27th. It's a letter I wrote, sent a copy of this complaint that I filed to Michael J. Anderson, Illinois State Police Division, Internal Investigation, Springfield. And the subject head was voter fraud, voter rigging. Voter fraud, voter rigging. Haven't heard from him. Haven't heard from Michael J. Anderson, special agent in charge in Chicago office FBI. Haven't heard from the Illinois State Police Division, internal investigation. Now, both those groups, the FBI and the Illinois State Police internal investigation, are supposed to have to do with public corruption. That's number one, the FBI, public corruption. public corruption. But who you got in charge here? Yeah, you got Loretta Lynch, a communist community organizer and insurgent herself, who replaced Eric Holder, who is likewise a communist community organizer and insurgent, along with the president, the leaders in Congress, both parties. I gave notice of treason, all of them. Cats got their tongue. Cats got their tongue. They don't say nothing. They don't say nothing. I sent it. I guess I got to send it to State's Attorney and Illinois Attorney General. Lisa Madigan, who's the daughter of the Speaker of the Illinois House, Michael Madigan. Crook, criminal, communist criminal. Voter fraud. Voter fraud goes back 2004. Well, it goes back 20 years of redistricting. But I'll tell you another voter fraud where the political party and the party press worked together in 2004 and got some guy named Barack Obama elected U.S. Senate seat. Voter fraud, misrepresentation. Yeah, they did a character assassination on Jack Ryan. WLS TV, if my memory serves me correctly. I looked, they don't have the involvement of who filed to open up his divorce records. But it seemed to me it was WLS TV, Chicago, WLS, ABC, Disney from California, and Chicago Tribune. Chicago Tribune, I've said since 1969, they're pro-communist. When I was in Vietnam, they're pro-communist report. They've been sheltering Jesse Jackson for 40 years. 40 years, him and the gangs and the killings in Chicago, blaming it on police and everybody else except the gangs, who are, according to the Illinois legislature, street gangs are terrorists. Yeah, that's right. But anyway, getting back to this releasing of these records, sealed records. Jack Ryan's wife, Jen or something like that, was actress out in California. They agreed that the custody files, they agreed that the divorce proceedings could be made public after they wanted them all sealed, everything sealed. And they agreed that Jack Ryan was running for Republican. Primary, 2004. And the Democratic primary was Barack Obama. Continue it to be a black seat. Oh, yeah. Continue it to be a black seat. Carol Moseley Braun got beat by Fitzgerald. And then Fitzgerald, suddenly he served one term, and he had to spend time with his family. Oh, something happened behind the scenes on that one. But anyway, So they're going to have. Jack Ryan was the favorite. And then they opened up their records. They opened up the records. David Axelrod was campaign manager for Barack Obama back then for Senate. In his early days, he was a reporter, political reporter for the Chicago Tribune. You know how they work together, the press and the media and the political parties. Betrayal, treason, betrayal of we the people. They did a character assassination on him, Jack Ryan. He had to drop out of the race. And then they were going to tried talking Mike Ditka into running. He was too smart for that. He knew they'd get him. Oh, they'd get him. And Alan Keyes or something, whoever it was, black guy, former ambassador, they got him to run. Black man against black man. A man of color, Republican, against a black man, a communist. He was a communist then, he's a communist now. And the party press, party propaganda and agitation in the party press. Guidelines of the Communist Party, 1921. Section 8, soldiers, insurrection. That's right, insurrection. And voter fraud, it's all part of the game. Now we need some people with some balls in the press to step up, but I don't think any of them are going to do that. How about you, John Cass? John Cass, how about you? How about you? You got any balls? You got any balls? And with that, I'm going to be gone. Next presentation probably would be Hillary Clinton, communist community organizer and insurgent. How's that? I think that's the way we're going to do it. We're coming up on the election, going on now in Illinois, early vote. She's got her problems. Oh, yeah. Those Democrats, they sticking behind her. Biggest friggin' crook going. Commie crook. Yeah. When you look at the thumbnail that I put up there, that chart, communist criminal class warfare, voter fraud, voter rigging. It's all part of it. All part of it. Till the next time. Bye.